The following podcast is a member of the Pokecasters Network. Pokecasters Network, supporting Pokemon content creators, their shows, and the community of Pokemon fans. To find out more, check out PokecastersNetwork.com or find us on Twitter and Facebook.
The following 30 seconds have a noise warning. We will be very loud. Listener discretion advised.
Right now, I'm just looking at the waveforms between the three of our tracks, and like Anirudh's is like, all right, like this is calm, this is fine. Mine is like a little louder, but it's like, all right, like this is like what you'd expect from a speech waveform. And then there's that.
I'm just expressing myself.
Normal Mansour is about here.
Villains are dangerous!
Like,
No. Mansour is out here like, let me have that chicken.
Boneless.
I did that, and the waveform barely moved. Like, look at that, it's so quiet. Hold on. Let me try it.
Boneless.
Oh.
There it is.
what? I heard the clip on that one. That was a good clip. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Not a Scratch, the only podcast that believes that Scratch is never a powered move. I'm gonna restart this because I have no idea what I just said. That's the first time I think I've messed it up that badly.
Welcome to the club.
I'm undefeated.
All right, we're gonna switch this. So now Mansour Muhammad starts it off, and
All right, 3, 2.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Not a Scratch, the only podcast that believes Scratch is an overpowered move. I am your host, your PM, your GM, your DM, Anirudh himself. And to my left, someone who believes castor oil is something you use to help remove casts.
it's me, Mansour, and I think that's absolutely true. And with me here, thinking that courage is just rage with a courier in front of it,
It's me, Mohammed.
we done good, guys. Okay.
Okay, wow, I just got done dirty. I usually am like, pretty off the cuff with like, the witty, like, build on the joke, but I just got done dirty. All right, that's cool. I see what you think of my comedic skill. That's fine.
So hold on, what did you say my thing was? I'll just redo it.
No.
Oh, you
we're
want-
done. We're done.
Okay.
That was the take. That's it. You done messed up the intro again.
Oh, sorry.
I think we all messed it up, with the exception of Muhammad, who is still
Yeah, we all
undefeated.
messed it up, technically.
My utter impression is undefeated.
I mean, okay, 12 out of 10. Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. 9 out of 10 could need some more water. Actually, so it should be 7.8 out of 10. Needs less water, more water. Anyway.
That'd be a little watery. Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. How you guys doing?
Good.
I am thoroughly amused.
All right. How amused are you? Has it been because of the recent events that have unfolded in today's saga?
Perchance. Those could be amusing. Those could not be amusing. Hey, Mansour, what were these recent events that may or may not be amusing?
Boy, I'm glad you asked. So in the previous episode, Ralph decided I'm gonna try contacting Adam for some information about what's going on, so we can get a psychic lead. And that worked for the most part. Adam called, or rather, Ralph called Adam, told him about the situation. Adam called him back and said, "Can't quite make it up, but there's someone that has some kind of dark energy or trying to conceal their thoughts on the ship." So that happened, and then Kyle and the Zangoose, Fran, I think was the Zangoose's name, came up the stairs, and Ralph tried to schmooze his way through another encounter and did horribly, and so Kyle told Ralph to shut up, and which Ralph decided to really listen to that and not speak a word, opting to give Kyle the information about Adam's findings through a haiku, and then not really saying much else. Kyle did some more investigation. We found a ring in a ring in Kyle's room because the door was unlocked. We also got a list of what everybody ate because I think it's presumed that the villain ate the apple tree. And so now we're about to enter the dining hall, and Kyle's going to start some kind of confrontation that Ralph is not sure what the plan is, but whatever.
There's a plan. Just stick to the plan.
Okay.
Cool. With that said, unless do you have anything to add, Mohammed?
No, nothing of significance.
All right, and then we can dive on in. Dive on in to the food because it's lunchtime. Let's go. Dab on them haters. Other cool kid words here. Pew pew pew
Nom,
pew.
nom, nom.
Okay. Yep, that's the cool kid word right there. So it's around lunchtime. You walk in. Everybody is there. You guys have the list of people at home. You might not have heard of everybody, but everybody that you can think of and more are there. So
Everyone is there.
everyone's there. It's like Smash Ultimate, except not.
Oh, it's about to be.
Whoa, what are you starting?
Okay, so this dining room, is there like where was Captain standing like when he like gave like the whole like safety presentation and like welcome to the boat presentation? Was he like on a stage? Was he just like at the front of the room?
So I don't know if I explained how the room looked. I'm assuming I didn't. If I did, that is changing to whatever I'm picturing right now. So I see you walk into the dining hall, and the room is sort of split into two sides. On the right side is a bunch of tables where people sit down and eat, kind of like a professional restaurant or something. On the left side is basically an empty space. So maybe they'd have some sort of fun dance or competition or whatever people do to have fun on that left side. That was where the talk happened. So there's no podium or anything. It's just an empty thing.
Is there a microphone?
And then the kitchen's all the way in the back. Is there a microphone? I'm going to say that there is still the microphone from yesterday plugged in, set up. They just haven't taken it down.
Oh, sweet. Okay, and everyone's already here.
Everyone's here eating.
All right. Kyle like looks over at Ralph and then like nods towards the tables and like just like go sit down.
And Ralph's gonna sit down with him.
Well, Kyle's like saying go sit down. Like,
Okay.
As in you go.
Okay, I'll go sit down.
All right. And Kyle.
Wait,
is...
did time out. Did Ralph talk?
No.
No, that was Mansour. We're chilling.
All right, cool.
Kyle didn't talk at that point either. And Kyle is heading for the microphone.
Jeez.
And Kyle heads over to the microphone and turns on the microphone, just kind of like taps it once or twice, make sure it's on. Excuse me, everyone. Can I have your attention, please?
Most of the people have turned to you.
Okay. And Kyle like pulls out like the ring from his bag. He's like, I found this ring lost somewhere on the ship. Does this ring belong to anyone here? Because I found it in the hallway.
You're trying to deceive someone. Roll deception.
I'm trying to deceive someone?
I feel like this would be deception. Either
I'm trying to
can
be
you
a
think of
kind
better-
person.
Okay, yeah, this is definitely deception.
What? No. Never. Me? No. Ha. Joke's on you. I got a 14, but plus 1 modifier is 15. Full
Oh,
success, baby.
yeah.
Full success, baby. Gotta go with the plan. It's all coming in the wheelhouse now.
Almost.
Excuse me.
Because, you see,
Excuse me?
I can roll something. Let me see how this goes. I will roll something, and this is gonna blow your socks off.
I mean,
I
I'm
don't
guessing you're
know.
just rolling insight for someone else to, figure out my trick.
No, that is not what I'm doing, surprisingly enough. Because you were successful, which means what you did worked. All right, time to
Rolling
roll.
for who the actual villain is.
Well, no, I know who the villain is, but I need to roll a d6.
Is that initiative?
No,
It's
unless
not.
someone has 6 speed, in which case, oh well.
Okay, I rolled a 2. So here's the thing: you succeed at. Yeah, you succeed at notifying the individual that they are here. And just as somebody is about to speak, a flash of white light just bursts in the room, and nobody can see a thing.
Someone used Flash.
Someone used flash or something flashy, but yes. And now nobody in this room can see a thing.
Kyle at this point immediately like hangs onto that ring tight, and like he hangs onto his ring in like one hand, and like he clutches onto like his bag, like the top of the bag where like it latches with the other. He's like, neither of these are escaping my grasp.
Okay. My voice cracked like heck on that one. But that is a good thing that you did, and since you specifically said that, roll tough with advantage.
Yeah, boy.
What?
So the first roll was a 5,
Oh no.
but the second roll, nat 20.
Yes.
Bang! Bang! Bing bang bong. All the world's a stage and all that mumbo
Boom,
jumbo.
bam, bop, bada boom, pow.
Oh.
Ended this man's
Okay.
whole DMing career.
Yeah, look, man, I gave myself so many chances, and somehow you
You
beat it.
really
So, here's
did.
what's gonna
You think you
Okay,
run
so-
the story? Nah.
So, here's what happened. You see somebody. Well, you don't see. No, let me rephrase that. You don't see someone. You feel someone trying to grab the ring from your hand, and they are strong. Like, I'm talking bulky boy strong. But through the powers of God and anime on your side, or whatever, you refuse to let go of this ring, the bag, anything. You out here. Actually, you end up doing damage to him, and now he has a scar on his hand. With that said,
And
the
Kyle
light,
knows this.
and you know you hit his hand.
Oh, we got it, boys.
The lights fade out. Everybody's sitting in their exact same seat, looking very confused.
Who? All levels of stealth are almost out the window at this point. All right. Kyle's just gonna like pick the mic up off the floor because in all the commotion he dropped the mic. And he's gonna go. So it sounds like no one owns this ring. And like looks at
Everyone
him.
looks around, kind of confused, and they're like, "I don't know, just."
Okay. And then Kyle's just gonna say, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess if no one's gonna claim it, I'll just give it to the captain. Thanks, guys. Bye." And he just get like awkwardly like puts the mic down and
What?
like that's it. That was the plan. That was all. And yeah, Kyle's gonna go over to Captain and give him the ring.
Mansour has an idea of who the villain might be, but I can't say anything. 'Cause you
Well,
told me not to say
you can say something, Ralph.
Mansour can say something, yeah.
So I have a suspicion is that because it was a strong person that tried to pull this ring off of you, and it's someone who ate an apple, I think it's Girder. Who?
It could be Plank the Girder. It could
Yes.
also, but here's the thing. I think that the execution of the we're just delving into fan theory here. Ignore us. We're not playing. Here's the thing. Whatever happened required a good level of finesse, which I don't think the Girder would have. Now, the two Pokemon I think it could be who have that combination of strength and finesse that are also significantly larger than Ralph are Angelo and Fran, the Alolan Sandslash and the Zangoose.
What? Which of those can use the flash move?
I know Zangoose definitely can. I don't know
Oh,
about Sandslash.
oh.
I think Sandslash might be able to learn it as well.
Okay. Interesting.
That's my fan theory. Okay, we can go back to playing now.
All right. Lunch happens. I assume you guys eat.
Yeah, Kyle gave the ring to Captain, and like as Kyle picked up his food and like went to sit at his table, he kind of took like as he was just walking around doing this stuff, he's looking around seeing if anyone's hand looks a little funky.
You give the ring to the captain. The captain immediately gives it to the officer
Nice.
because I mean the captain can't hold on to it. And you look around. Make a perception check with disadvantage. And there's a reason for that
Oh,
that I will potentially explain later.
I mean, I'm assuming whoever it is just hiding their hand. Well, I rolled a 6 and an 8.
All right, so you look around. You can't tell if anybody has done that.
Dang, I got so close. I thought I had it.
If you figure that out, this whole court case thing wouldn't have happened. So that may not happen anyway. But so let's see. All right, cool. So the night is coming on. Well, not the night, but the afternoon is coming on. You guys can go and interview another person if you'd like, or do something else. You guys are on a boat and figure something.
I kind of want to see what the status is on the security footage. Obviously, I can't say anything about that, but
Well, I mean, I cannot do anything for you unless you say something.
Or unless Ralph wants to ask Kyle to ask about the footage.
Right, something like
I'm
that.
gonna tap Kyle on the shoulder and just point at the officer and mime like a camera.
I'm just imagining.
Wait.
charades
Oh,
where he just
here's the
goes,
thing. Here's the thing. I need you to roll. I guess this would be insight or performance, one of them.
Okay.
Either beauty or cute. Which one do you think would work better? I think no. I think Ralph needs to roll performance. So roll cute.
Okay. +1. 14 + 1 is 15.
Yeah, once again, the nice little bump up to the full success.
Yep.
I was gonna say with advantage also because Kyle has that innate like I know what you're thinking type of thing. But since you already rolled the full success, it doesn't really matter. So
Nice.
Kyle, you look at this and it almost seems like Jeeves is talking to you, which is weird because I didn't think Ralph and Jeeves were like that, but you understand perfectly the situation at hand.
Either.
Kyle once again gives Ralph that look of just like, bruh, what? How? And then just like shakes it off and turns to the officer and asks about the status of the security footage.
Roll a d20. I guess this is just for luck. I don't know.
Dumb luck that he's done.
The big dumb luck.
Is this one of those situations where it's like if you roll like a certain number or below, we're good? Because I rolled a 7.
Processing value 35%.
Why am I not surprised by this? Okay. Cool. All right.
Ignore the driver outside E Tower.
Yeah, I think, and Mansour, feel free to chime in.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time we paid Angelo a visit.
Sure. I still lean on the side of Girder, but okay.
I mean, well, do you think it could be the girder? Like, are you confident enough, or like...
It's kind of metagaming because Anirudh said that it was a very strong, tough person. So my guess is blank the Girder, but
I value your input.
But I could also very much see the argument for talking to Angelo or Fran. So either or.
You know, neither of us have talked to this girder yet.
Neither of us have talked to this Girder yet.
You know what? Why not? It's probably a red herring, but we're gonna talk to the girder.
Alrighty.
Okay. So you guys, as soon as lunch is pretty much wrapped up, you guys go and catch up with the girder, who turns around and kind of waves at you and be like, "Hey, what's up? I don't have a girder voice yet. Hold up. Okay. Hey, what's up?"
That is exactly the voice I had in my head. Thank you, Anirudh. Hi. We have been trying to figure out kind of what's been happening around here.
we're wondering if you know anything about what happened last night.
Oh, sure. Just ask away.
Okay. Well, what do you know about like what happened last night? Like did you see anything or did you hear anything? Was anything in your room stolen? How was your room broken into? If anything was stolen.
Well, let me think. Last night, we ate, and, that happened, and then after that, I went to the library, chill out a little bit. That was at like 9. And then from then, I went to, after the library, I went at around 10ish. I went over to the study, um, just hung out there for a little bit because I'm trying to improve my intellectual things. I'm a construction worker in Kukui and trying to learn more about the business. So
Kyle's just like nodding, like okay, go on.
right, so I think at around like 10:45, 11ish, something along those lines, I decided to head to my room, go to sleep.
Was anything stolen from your room?
Um, I mean, so I normally have this hammer, and it's a really old hammer, but that's gone, I guess. It's kind of disappointing because it's an old hammer. A friend of mine gave it to me a couple years ago, and it's been a lucky hammer, so kind of disappointing that I couldn't have that. But business goes well. It's things are good. Things are good. So it's not that big of a deal, but it is kind of annoying.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Did you notice anything about kind of how your room was broken into?
I mean, let me think. The door was broken. It was just straight up smashed. I'm not sure how that works out, but
Interesting.
outside of that, nothing really. No.
Interesting. Uh, you seem like a super strong person, and who and you seem to you've been around the block a couple of times because you work in construction. I'm sure you know I'm sure you recognize a strong Pokemon when you see one. Um, any Pokemon on the ship that strike you as a particularly strong type that could potentially do all of this? Because it sure ain't this guy. And Kyle's like pointing over to Ralph.
That's all you're gonna get from Ralph. He just coughs, and he's kind of annoyed.
And Kyle just gives him the look of stay quiet.
Okay.
No, man. Can't really think about it. I mean, it really depends because even the short ones even the short ones, the skinny ones, even if they don't seem like they're actually strong, they can put a punch. So.
So you don't have any clue. Okay, well.
Sorry about that, man.
No problem. Thanks for your help, anyways. I think if you want to get your hammer back, you could probably talk to Officer North here. I think he might have it.
Yeah, sure. I'll probably go do that. And he goes past you and walks over to the officer.
That was a dud. I'm never getting that 7 minutes of my life back. I don't know what else to do. I guess
You always go interview somebody else. So you can have one more interview before the night comes.
I guess we Frank or Angelo, because like I never even looked at Girder's hands. I mean, Girder's not sus, but also who to talk to? Because now that Plank the Girder gave us that insight of anyone can be super strong, everyone's back on the table to a degree. Mansour, any insight?
I don't know. I'm kind of stumped at this point. I guess at this point it's either Angelo or Fran.
Yeah, we're gonna go pay old pal Angelo a visit, cause he rich.
Sure. So you guys head over to Angelo's room. Hello, this is Anirudh, the GMPM DM of Not a Scratch, and thank you for listening to this episode. As always, future episodes come out on Tuesdays, so be sure to follow us, subscribe, and do all those important things that you ought to do when supporting a podcast. If you've enjoyed the episode and want to support us in any way, shape, or form that you can, the best way to do so is to share us with your friends. Share us with the last person that you saw wearing glasses. I don't know if this is actually a real demographic or anything, but I wear glasses, so that's our target demographic today. Also, leave us a review on your podcasting platform. Reviews help to bring new people into our community and also give us advice on what we can improve on in the future. You can also follow us on Twitter at notascratchcast or email us as well at notascratchcast@gmail.com if you have any cool ideas you want to add to the podcast or just want to reach out to us. We also have a Discord for Not a Scratch and have a bunch of awesome people that have already joined. You can join to help build the Not a Scratch community. We want to thank Glitch X City for the songs Kirby's Dream Land, the Lo-Fi remix, Heartache remix from Undertale's Toriel Fight, Red and Blue SSN remix, and the Abandoned Ship remix. We also want to thank Tabletop Audio for the songs Neon Drive, Interrogation Room, and Shadowfell. Thanks again for listening. Before we head back to the story, I have 2 other podcasts that I try to keep up with. The first is Adoran Region Sports, where Pokemon play real sports. Right now, we're at the first ever Olympic Games, and we've had some exciting events. My second podcast is called Adoran Talk Sports, where I talk about real-world sports. Currently, I'm focused on the increasingly more interesting 2020-2021 NFL season. You can find them in most areas that you listen to podcasts, including the one you're listening to right now, probably. If you've got a podcast you want to promote, contact us in the places mentioned previously, our Twitter and Discord, emailing us. We'd love to promote your podcast, whether it's D&D related, TTRPG, or not. Our promo today takes established concepts and creates new content for them. Check out Not If I Reboot It First.
Hi, I'm Tanner,
And I'm Lindsay.
and together we host a podcast called Not If I Reboot You First.
It's a show where we take our favorite properties and reboot them before Hollywood gets the chance to.
We also do adaptations and spin-offs and sequels, but everybody seems to call those reboots too.
It's everyone's favorite buzzword.
Sometimes we make something really good, like when we turned The Mummy into a proper pilot for the Dark Universe.
Sometimes things go bad and I drunkenly yell at J.K. Rowling for an hour.
And sometimes it gets really weird, and we time crash the entire Mighty Ducks franchise into a single universe.
So join us every week for something that's a little bit like brainstorming fanfiction.
Follow us on Twitter at NIIRYFPod. Those are the letters for the name of the show, and it's pronounced NEAR.
I turned Princess Belle into Iron Man once.
Wait, what?
Sure, so you guys head over to Angelo's room. I don't remember what the voice I gave for Angelo was. Do either of you guys remember? This was a while ago, but...
I mean, if anyone would remember, it would be Mansour. I don't know if I was really paying attention.
Do you remember what again? Sorry.
Angelo's voice.
Angelo's voice?
I think it was just like, it was an older person's voice. I think it was like older macho Italian guy. I could be wrong.
Okay, we'll go with that then. So you go over to Angelo's room, and Angelo's kind of sitting there looking at some papers, and I assume you guys walk in, I guess. I don't know.
Well, like, Kyle's gonna, like, knock on the door if the door is there.
Well, I mean, you knock on the door and the door falls down, so...
Kyle's gonna, like, knock on, like, the door frame as he's standing outside the door, like, excuse me, sir, are you busy?
Oh, hey, yeah, come on in. It's, yeah, take a spot wherever you want to feel like.
I don't think Angelo had an Italian accent, but I love it.
I don't think Angelo had... I don't know. If we're gonna roll with it, I apologize, but...
Nice, I love it. So, we were wondering, because, Ralph told me that, you're kind of well off. Are you sure that this isn't your ring? And, Kyle's gonna take out the ring.
No, that's not my ring. My Italian accent's not good today. I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna go old person.
No!
No, that's... I don't know. Shall I keep it going?
I vote yes.
I am impartial.
It sounds like we're at a complete tie here because Anirudh
Yeah.
votes no. I vote yes. We need a deciding
DM
vote.
has special powers. DM has special powers because he
That's
gets
true.
all the votes.
DM
so.
has final say.
Dang it.
Correct. Also, I'll just add another Italian character that deserves to be... That actually is Italian.
Listen, I messed that Pip up, okay?
Okay. So he goes, nah, man, I feel like it was more of a surfer voice. Nah, man, but, no, that's not my ring. I'm sorry, man.
Okay. Well, what do you know about kind of what happened last night? Can you tell us kind of what you saw and what you heard, and what happened with like like what got stolen from you and stuff like that?
Question, Ralph. Do you remember when you talked to Angela? Was it during dinner?
Yeah, it was the night before the theft.
It was during dinner though.
I think so. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah. So at after dinner, I went over to the kitchen and I started talking with Jerry, who's the Boizel that's a couple of rooms over. Just chatting about surfing because he's entering a surfing tournament that's on Briny Breeze Island, and talked to him for about an hour or so. After that, I decided to head on over to the dining room where I saw Neri and Felix, a couple guys there. They were talking. Talked with them for a while. After that, went to bed. Woke up in the morning. Realized that my let me think. What would you have stolen? Realized that my what would you have stolen? Realized that my favorite Hawaiian shirt was gone, man. Kind of disappointing.
Uh, did they like go through your stuff and pick out that one shirt, or did the thief just like rummage through stuff like looking for something valuable? Like what did it look like?
Make a perception check. Ralph, you can make this perception check as well.
Okay.
Oh,
4.
that one.
All right. No, man, it was just the first shirt in the suitcase. It's my favorite. That's why I put it on top. But you know,
Well, okay. Well, I I think that's super helpful to hear. Sorry about your shirt. Thanks for your help.
yeah, it's a shame. I'm not that wealthy of a guy, so to have shirts taken from me like this, it's really disappointing.
Well, I think if you talk to the officer might know where your shirt is, but.
Oh, really? All right. I'll go check that out. And he goes on over to the officer, leaves the room. You guys are standing in a room with a broken door.
Kyle's just gonna walk out of the room. Just,
So is Ralph.
Bruh, I don't know.
Who's rich? is it Fran? I mean,
I feel like all signs point to Fran.
then I guess we're gonna talk to Fran.
But it's nighttime. Sorry, guys. Or it's about to be nighttime.
Oh.
Because I'm giving you two interviews. Two interviews.
So it's
For the
about to be.
afternoon.
So it's about to be dinner time, is what you're telling.
Yes. I'm regretting everything. Yes, it is about to be dinner time.
All right. Kyle is gonna head for the dining room.
So
It's
I want to see what's gonna happen.
not to eat. Wow. Okay.
I mean, also to eat, but there's also plot happening
roll-
at this dinner. So,
Roll a d20, Ralph.
bada bing, bada boom, bada boom, bada. We got a 12.
Okay. That was just for something else.
Okay.
So you walk into the dining room, and the captain, who I may remind you, his name is Captain. The captain comes on up and says,
His name is Archibald.
yeah, his name is Archibald, but he doesn't like Archibald as a name, so he names it Captain. So Captain goes up and he says, ladies and gentlemen, we have some good news. Because of our predicament, we are traveling faster, so we will actually be reaching the island tomorrow morning. So, exciting. I understand that. Your trip was faster. We apologize for any inconvenience, but here we are. So, just a news warning for you all.
Woo.
So
That
the
was a
officer,
that sounds
Officer
awesome.
North, who has been hanging around with you all this time, comes up to you and says, "Well, I suppose that means that your attorney meeting, your trial, I suppose, has just come up,
Like, now? I'm not saying this out loud.
like
but,
tomorrow morning."
Oh,
Kyle just like has his head in his hands, so confused, just like what's happening? Also, as Kyle like gets his Kyle is gonna try the same gambit as earlier, where he's gonna inspect people's heads as he walks to his seat after getting his food.
Go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage.
So I got a nat 20, but it doesn't count. But it's okay because the other roll was a 17.
Okay. Okay. Oh.
If at first you don't succeed, stall and make an excuse to get into the same predicament and try again.
All right. So here's what's gonna happen. You have the eyesight of a god. I don't know. And you notice that there are how many people?
I really hope that this isn't a subset of people we already know and it's like a Venn diagram situation where we're gonna get the one person. I really hope this is the case right now.
So you notice that 4 people have some sort of scratch on their hand.
Who are these 4 people?
Okay. The 4 people are. Let me see. Who are the 4 people? That is a good question.
Please don't all be Apple folks. Please don't all be Apple folks. Please don't all be Apple folks.
The 4 people are North, the Magnazone,
No.
Plank, the Girder,
Hmm.
Princess, the Snivy,
Oh, come on.
and Fran, the Zangoose.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've eliminated nobody!
I just randomly threw them in there, and that's what came out. So
You
that's what
couldn't
your
have
randomizer
randomly-
gave you.
That literally gives us no information.
Look, man, I hate to do this to you, but that's what the randomizer told me. So
Kyle, like, he notices this, and he just, like, sits down in, like, a heap. And, like he puts his food down, like, on the table, and his head just goes straight into the table. It's like, ah!
And Ralph's just eating quietly because his mind has been off for the past hour.
okay, do you guys have anything else that you would like to do today? I will give you the opportunity to talk to any person on that list.
I mean, there is one person on that list that Kyle has not interviewed that had an apple dessert.
There is I have an idea. Again, Ralph will have to communicate this through mime. But if there was some way we could find out, like, who is the richest person on this boat, that would probably, or just the people who are rich on this boat, that would probably narrow it down quite a bit. Maybe talking to the captain would help, because the captain would know who is rich and who's not. I feel.
How is Ralph gonna mime this?
I'm just gonna roll for it, and we'll see what happens.
I was
Roll.
thinking you'd say like charades or something.
Okay, here's the thing. We could do one of 2 different things. Either Ralph could perform this, or Kyle could tell Ralph to actually speak. One of the 2.
Well,
So I'm
Kyle
gonna
has no clue that Ralph has an idea.
I'm gonna try miming, and then we'll see what happens.
All right. Performance.
Is it cool or cute?
Cute.
Okay. 4 + 1 is 5. So I don't think it's working.
Is Ralph
You
gonna-
mime as hard as you can, but Kyle is still face planted in whatever dinner he's having, so he doesn't see a thing.
I tap him on the shoulder, and then
Kyle
I'm just gonna point to my head, being like, "I have an idea."
Kyle just like gives him a look of just because like if all he's gonna say is I have an idea, Kyle's gonna reach into his bag and pull out a piece of paper and just give it to him.
Oh, okay. Take this piece of paper and I write down everything I just said. Let's talk. Ask the captain who's rich on this boat, and then that might narrow things down.
Kyle like just looks at the paper and looks at Ralph and looks at the paper and looks at Ralph and is just like, huh. And just like puts the paper like back in his bag and he says he just like gives Ralph the head nod of let's go.
Okay, that wasn't Ralph speaking. That was me saying okay.
Yeah. So you guys head on out to the captain, who's finishing up his meal, I think, at this point. And he kind of looks at you guys and says, "All right, what's up?"
We were wondering if do you know if anyone claimed that ring?
Nah, nobody's claimed the ring yet. Still with the officer.
Okay. I was wondering if you have any clue of who on the ship might be able to afford that ring, because we think that ring could help us figure out who did all the thievery.
Well, Now I don't know the finances of I don't know why this dude's country all of a sudden, but I'm gonna roll with it. I don't know all the finances of everybody on the boat, but I will say the rooms in the 200s and the 300s are significantly more expensive than the ones in the 100s.
Okay. Well, that's helpful. Thank you for your help.
Yeah, not a problem.
Do we still get our one interview?
What's up?
Do we still get our one interview?
No, that was your interview. I'm sorry.
Nice. Okay, that's fine. That's
But
fine.
from that information, it's probably not Fran, because Fran is in the 100s. So the people in the 200s are Plank and Princess. So the Girder and the Snivy.
Yeah.
So I think those are our two
And
men.
I'm sufficiently confident it's not the girder.
Okay, so I think it's probably Princess the Snivy.
Cool. Before you go to bed, roll a d20.
17.
Okay. Literally, if it wasn't a 1, I would give this to you. North taps on your shoulder. He taps on both of your shoulders, I suppose. Processing complete.
Oh, thank God! And that's the first thing I say. Oh my, thank you. Finally, about time.
And so he leads you guys to his room. Where is North located? North is in 203. So he's also in the 200s. I should point that out.
Conveniently, Princess is in 201.
Oh.
Who is our prime suspect?
He goes over to he goes over to his room and shows you the video footage. The video footage is just of a hallway and people are moving back and forth and nothing seems suspicious. And then out of nowhere, the video footage cuts off immediately and then cuts back on. And you can clearly tell time has passed.
Great. Great. Whoever it was has an advanced knowledge of how to disable camera systems.
This is throwing me for a loop.
The Magnazone North says two different things. He says, it looks as though the room is in complete darkness, as if somebody just put the world in black.
Huh.
So have that rattle around your heads for a second.
And this relates to the dark thoughts thing that Adam said earlier, or darkness.
And then Magnazone points outside and points up at the cameras. The cameras are really high up. You'd have to be at least like 3 feet tall to be able to unhook them.
3 feet tall is tall.
Snivy is 2 feet tall according to Google, so...
Well, hold up. Now, I'm not saying you can't use Google, but you can't use Google.
Okay, do I know... Does Ralph or Kyle know how tall a Snivy is?
It's Snivy.
Snivy, sorry.
When you walk past her, you notice that she's shorter than you are, Ralph.
And I am how tall?
You are like 2'7".
So she's not more than 3 feet tall.
She is not more than 3 feet
So
tall.
I think Ralph just knows this.
Okay, sure, fine.
How tall is Girder?
Tall.
He's taller.
So maybe it is him.
You don't have to.
Okay,
Hold up, you don't
well,
have to-
Height is 3'11", according to Google.
well, but
Wait,
okay,
stop.
Bruh.
here's the thing though. Like, did the cameras have to be disabled? Because like, if everything was just in darkness, the cameras don't have to be disabled. They're not going to pick anything up.
Oh, I guess, but I don't know.
Okay,
Like-
so your court case is tomorrow.
Yeah.
You need to find out who this bad guy is. So, what are the facts that you know based on the last 2 and change episodes?
All right, so we know that whoever the culprit was ate apple dessert, is strong, but also has like a certain level of finesse to their ability set. Is taking the randomest things in terms of things that like aren't super valuable, but are also like kind of useful to have. With the exception of like Ralph's power band, which seems to be something that was used. The culprit might own a gold ring. Nothing significant to it. It's just a gold ring. We know the culprit probably had an apple dessert because apple apple was all over the things. Unless that's a red herring. And we know that whoever the culprit was
can use flash and can engulf the world in darkness. And Adam said as much. Now I'm trying to think.
And are likely rich. So likely in the 200 or 300 rooms.
Now. Here's the thing. The apple dessert could be a red herring.
Okay.
It could be North.
North is the...
Magnezone. The officer.
What?
The apple, the apple, like on all the door handles could be the officer, like try to try to frame Ralph, because like the officer was at Ralph's door first thing in the morning, right?
Okay.
So like the officer had like an immediate hunch that it was Ralph,
Okay.
and the Magnezone knows Flash. Magnezone like is a steel type, and so could potentially be able to block out Adam's psychic abilities. Magnezone's a pretty strong Pokemon. If the cameras were disabled and the world wasn't just thrown into darkness all of a sudden, a simple electromagnetic pulse would do it. There's a solid case.
That is a very solid case. And probably the most likely, honestly, because I don't really see any
Now,
other
the only
way.
thing that doesn't connect is the gold ring. But I mean, we don't have the gold ring connected to anyone. Also,
Well, I mean, Magnezone is
also,
living on 203, so he is on the richer side.
but also, why would Magnezone have a ring? Why would a Magnezone have a ring?
I don't know.
Magnezone doesn't have fingers.
I don't know. Maybe the Magnezone's got like a sweetheart or something. He plans to get the ring for.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that is my argument. I have no clue if that's the answer, but that's a potential argument. Also, we know for a fact that it has to be one of either North, Fran, Plank, Princess. We know it has to be one of these.
Right.
And so, if the apple dessert is a red herring, then it's North. If the apple dessert isn't a red herring, it could be any one of the other three. And there's
None of them seem completely convincing.
Yeah, and Fran especially, because Fran was Fran's not in the rich people rooms, and Plank not super convincingly because like s- wait a second, Plank said he's just a simple construction worker, but he's in the 200 level rooms.
Ah! I don't.
We really don't have a lot to work off of here.
I'm not good at mysteries. I suck at it.
I like listening to you guys and like how the pieces are falling together, or maybe not. We'll never know.
The pieces are falling together in the wrong order a bunch of times over and over again. We at some point we have suspected every single person on the ship.
Okay, so who have you narrowed it down to? Because I feel like that might help you understand who to focus on, who not to.
We have narrowed it down to it is Plank or North, but in order for it to be North, the apple thing has to be a red herring.
It could also be Princess.
Sure, I guess. But I think those are the main three that we've narrowed it down to.
Cool. So at this, North walks outside, and he points up at the camera. The camera, you can tell, has been fiddled with.
Fiddled with how?
Fiddled with like somebody tried to take it down and put it back up.
So mechanically.
Can we inspect the camera?
I suppose so, sure.
Kyle tries to jump up and inspect the camera.
I mean, you know what I'm gonna have to say to that.
Well, hey, what was it that you were gonna say to that?
I need you to roll. I don't even know what inspection. Roll whatever that is, perception or insight or some beauty related.
Well.
I guess. Or no, sorry, strike that. Investigation.
Investigation. I got a 19.
Oh, nice.
Boom.
Okay. You notice that. Remind me again what you rolled. Sorry, I messed it up.
A 19.
A 19. So you notice that the camera has been, the best way to put it, has been slashed.
It's a Snivy.
It's been slashed, but you can tell. The best way to describe it is that there's some sort of dark ooze coming out of it.
So like it's a dark type ghost.
Both of you roll smart. I guess it's something along smart.
18 minus 1 is 17.
8 + 1 is 9.
Okay, so okay, this makes sense actually, sort of. Kyle, you have no idea what this is. It kind of looks like just a slash, like somebody cut through the camera. Meanwhile, though, Ralph, you remember something that Emo Kid said once, which is weird because you never listened to him. But
Right.
you remember that there's a move called Night Slash, which would take the essence of darkness and basically cut you through it. And HD was all like, "Oh, I'm going to learn this move and be so cool," and you're like, "Yeah." So, you remember that.
Right. So what Pokemon can learn Night Slash? I have to look this up.
I'm like 76% sure that Zangoose can learn Night Slash.
Zangoose
Kind of like
can
the
learn
whole
Night
other
Slash.
right. I don't know if Snivy can. It would make sense that Snivy could. It wouldn't make sense.
Never
that-
Snivy can't.
I don't think Girder or Magnezone. would be
Girder
able to.
cannot. Can Magnezone? No. So Zangoose can. And can Zangoose learn Flash?
Yes,
Hold on. I don't see Zangoose being able to learn Flash.
it's an HM.
Oh, okay. I'll trust you on that. Then I think it is a Zangoose. Which now realizing what a Zangoose looks like, I mean, just look at him. That's a criminal right there.
Wait, this whole time you had no clue what a
Wow.
Zangoose looks
I
like?
think I mixed up Zangoose and Zigzagoon. So I was like, Zigzagoon wouldn't do that.
That is a great note to end on right there.
Okay. With that note, is there anything else you would like to do before you go to sleep?
Ralph, would you like to share what you learned with Kyle?
Can I speak?
Ralph already spoke, and Kyle said nothing. So
Okay.
like,
So I think it's Fran the Zangoose. Because I remember Emo Kid talking about this stupid move. It was like Night Slash or something. But Zangoose can learn that move. And also, I think what happened in during lunch, was Flash. And Zangoose can also learn Flash. And I think they are the only Pokemon on this boat that is able to use both moves. So yeah,
Kyle like is like visibly like thinking it through, like nodding his head, and then Kyle just like puts like he puts his hand on Ralph's shoulder, gives him like a nod of just like nice job, like nice, that like you nice job, you got it, and starts walking towards their rooms.
feels good to be appreciated again.
As you walk down to your rooms, in the darkness of night, the lights all of a sudden switch off, and in it,
Oh, God.
you see a fast Pokemon rush up the stairs and run into a room on the 200 floors. And that is where we will end this episode.
Oh boy.
We're gonna get to fight next week, and by next week I mean in 2 weeks, and by in 2 weeks I mean probably in 3 weeks. At this rate, we might record the
We
Q&A
will
episode
find
before
it.
we record the next one.
You probably will be.
No, we're not gonna
Okay.
record the Q&A.
With that
episode
said,
now.
I have been your DM, your PM, your GM, Anirudh himself.
And I have been Mansour playing Ralph, and I can finally speak again.
And I've been Muhammad playing Kyle.
And until next time, take care.